is having quite the moment right now. They recently had a foundation go extremely viral on the interwebs. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of Laura Mercier. And I couldn't be happier about it because I have been a fan of the brand for so many years. If you've been watching me, you know how frequently I recommend Laura Mercier products. So the fact that the brand is getting some well-deserved attention, I couldn't be happier for them. So I seized the perfect opportunity to do a full face of products that I love from the brand and products that are very popular from the brand. So my eyebrows are already done because I don't own anything from Laura Mercier in terms of eyebrows. So let's get started with complexion, which Laura Mercier does amazing complexion products. If you're new to the brand, complexion is where I think they stand out. So I'm going to start off with one of my all-time favorite primers. Not enough people talk about this primer. This is the Pure Canvas Primer, and it's the illuminating version. Laura Mercier as a brand, they have more to offer than just that foundation that you're seeing everywhere. This is one of my all-time favorite primers. A warning though, if you do see some pilling happening, it's not the product, it's the SPF that I packed, which was my own bad. But if you missed it, going through a cross-country move right now and don't have my stuff unpacked. So I'm a little out of sorts with what I have available to me right now. But do you see this illumination? Why is nobody talking about this? Illuminating products are the business right now. Everybody's creating their own version of an illuminating primer. But look at the one this Laura Mercier gives. Back in the day, Laura Mercier primers, super viral, super popular, cult classic favorites of a lot of people's. But this illumination is really great because it's a sheen. It's not glittery whatsoever. I think it's a really realistic illumination. This is absolutely an underhyped product from the brand. Let me get that sip of morning coffee. I woke up early this morning to film this video because we're going to head over to the house and see how much we can get unpacked today after I film this. Now let's get into what has brought Laura Mercier's name into current news. It's this Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. Laura Mercier has always had fantastic foundations and so underrated, so I'm so happy to see this having its big moment. This was literally one of my all-time favorite foundations of the year that it launched. And it was like radio silence about it, but I always thought it was really good. But I just knew Laura Mercier, for some reason, didn't hit on the internet. But I've always loved this foundation. It is watery thin, but is really perfecting on the face. My shade is a little dark on me right now, but it's just perfect. I'm using a rose ink brush. It's a number 3 brush. I've been loving this all month for foundation application, but it's really strange. It's just the thinnest layer of pigment on the face and it smooths the skin, but the level of thinness, it's so undetectable on the skin. So I'm just gonna push that in. I would say it gives a light medium to medium coverage. I will say do make sure if you have dry skin, just prep accordingly. Make sure you do your moisturizing routine because it is so thin. So sometimes it can emphasize dryness a little bit, nothing too unflattering, but just prep accordingly. But overall, does this foundation deserve to be viral? In my opinion, yes, because it's one of the thinnest foundations on the market, but still so perfecting on the skin. They've also launched a new concealer. This is actually, I believe, their newest product, the Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Concealer. I've been enjoying this one a lot as well, and I do think these two pair really well together. I'm using the shade 1N1. And by the way, in foundation, I was using the 2N1 Cashew, which is just slightly dark for my winter shade. But this concealer has fantastic wear. It is a hint on the drier side, I would say, but it dries and sets and doesn't really crease at all, especially if you pair this with a really nice setting powder. The two of them together are going to create magic and just not go anywhere, not crease. This is truly one of the most creaseless liquid concealers I've ever used. It also is very thin, like the foundation provides a pretty decent amount of coverage, but the standout about this product is the longevity. It really is a great, great concealer launch. In the spirit of a full face, I'm going to use a product from Mercier that's not really my favorite. This is the Tinted Moisturizer Bronzer. Now, one of Mercier's most iconic products is her Tinted Moisturizer. So they created tinted moisturizer, bronzers, and blushes, and if I'm being honest, neither formula is my favorite, but Mercier actually doesn't have any bronzing products on their website right now, so I am going to use this. I do like this better than the blush, but you wouldn't catch me reaching for this if it weren't themed around a video. I'm using the shade Sunlight. Just put it on the back of my hand, and I'm using an hourglass brush. I've been loving this double-sided brush from them lately. I think it applies creams and liquids. So pretty. So my problem with this bronzer is I just feel like it's not the easiest to use. It's not the easiest to blend. It gets the job done. So that's why I'm using it today, because it's going to give me that desired bronze effect that I want. But it also dries down really quickly, so I find it can be difficult to blend and it gets stuck if you don't blend it fast enough. Like, I feel like I need to go over with my foundation brush to get the blend a little bit more even. Like, you can see how it's already stuck on my hand. Just not a top runner from the brand, if you ask me. So if you do find yourself in a situation where your bronzer dried too fast and it's just not blended looking enough, just take the foundation brush that you used and press over top of that, and it's going to help give a more seamless look. Now for highlights, if you watch my channel, you know I am not a big liquid highlight person, but I really love these Laura Mercier liquid highlighters. It took a couple uses for me to see how genuinely great these were, just because I'm not a liquid highlighter fan, but these give the prettiest glow. I'm going to use the shade Champagne Pink today. And yes, I feel like they definitely were keeping an eye on Charlotte Tilbury when they launched this product. It's that similar style of packaging, but the product itself is just stunning. I'm using my hourglass brush to push this in. This goes well over powder as well if you want it to, so it's just a really high quality liquid highlighter. So even though they were definitely watching Charlotte Tilbury when they created this product, they made it different enough. The Charlotte Tilbury is more metallic. This one blends into the skin so seamlessly and really gives that glow from within look and gives a really seamless appearance that sometimes I feel like I don't get with liquid highlighters. A bad liquid highlighter, you know, you can see where the product starts and ends. It kind of messes with the product underneath, so it doesn't look as smooth of a transition on the skin. This doesn't change anything besides adding a really pretty glow. It's definitely more on the natural side as well. So if you're not a fan of the Charlotte Tilbury glow because it's just too much, I really think you would like this Laura Mercier. And I'm not afraid of glow. I just want to make that clear. I like the Charlotte Tilbury too. I like the metallic glow that it gives. I feel like, you know, if we're going to go liquid, why not go all the way with a nice beaming glow? But there is something to be said about this glow you're seeing on my face. Definitely another underrated product from the brand. Like, they're so underrated. They're so good. However, a product that they are not underrated for and has been a cult classic for years is their translucent setting powder, which is still one of the best on the market. It's up there with my Huda Beauty. I would say it's not as blurring or as thin as the Huda Beauty, but this has more oomph to it, you know? It has more of like a heavier, thicker feel. It's more robust, but not in a bad way, you know? It just really finishes off a makeup look, makes the skin look nice and smooth. So I'm just going to use a powder puff. I really like applying it with a powder puff because I feel like it gives a really smooth look. And this pairs super well, as it should, with their concealer that just launched. Really sets it in place. And the concealer will not go anywhere if you pair these two together. Oops, I did not mean to go over the liquid highlighter. But I'm just pressing that on the under eyes and then right here, because here is where I have some pores. This is where foundation normally breaks up on me. Then the center of the forehead in case I get a little hot looking. But yeah, this is still one of the best powders in the market, and I can see why this has been a top seller for years and years and years, because I will say makeup technology, the creation of products, it's gotten better and better over the years, so better products are coming out, especially in the powder department. But Laura Mercier had this formula down pat like 20 years ago. And just look how amazing my makeup looks. I do want to bring a little bit of the highlighter glow back because I got a little carried away. So I'm just going right over the sponge with my brush just to bring it back out a little bit, and it's not disrupting the powder at all. Can you tell? I'm trying to tell you how underrated this liquid highlighter is. So good. Before I pick my blush color, and you know, if you know me, I'm gonna go on a whole speech about the blush. Let's go into eyes, because you know what? These are one of the products that I pulled for this video that I'm a little less familiar with, but it is one of their best sellers, you guys. The Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Sticks. They've been another cult classic, one of the best-selling cream eyeshadow sticks ever. And it is very interesting that I haven't tried these yet because, well, I've used them, but it's been a long time since I've used them because I've been into eyeshadow sticks all year round for like the last year. So I'm excited to get these on my eyes because they are cult classic products. So what is actually somewhat new to the brand is a matte finish. I only have one in the matte finish. So this is Sepia. So we're going to use that today. Ignore the bronzer stain on me, but really smooth and creamy. Let's try it. So I'm just going to put it in the outer corner. And let's see. That blend, I didn't even need to pull out a brush, and it is blending. Oh, I really hope this sets because that was effortless. For a little definition, that was good. That was a good blend. That was really easy to use. Let's do it over here as well. I mean, you know how sometimes a cream eyeshadow stick can be a little bit finicky, especially with a matte finish. That is so much harder to work with. This is doing the work. For a cream eyeshadow stick and using my fingers, I'm not mad at it. Right? Okay, they have like 12 colors I saw on the website. This is the only matte one I have. But okay. But then they have their more traditional shimmer finish, which is what they've had for years. They even have this fun purple in Orchid. Big decision what color I'm using today. Ooh, there's a rose gold shade. My hand looks so dirty from that bronzer. Intense Moonlight. Oh, I think I'm using that one today. Cocoa. Amethyst. And then we have Copper. That one's also super pretty. These all felt really smooth. As of now, I've been loving probably the Rare Beauty eyeshadow sticks the best. So I'm excited to see how these compare. Intense Moonlight was calling my name. Ugh, so beautiful and smooth application. No drag at all. I just hope that this sets down itself so that I can give this 5 stars. This shade is the most glimmery, if you will, of all of them. Some of them were more of like a shimmer, some of them were more of a satin. This one actually has some reflex in there. You can go in with Cocoa, which is that darkest brown shade, to get a little bit more definition. For the sake of this video, I think I'm going to try it. But no, these are perfect for really quick one and done looks, makeup looks you don't have to think about. Let's go in with a little bit of Cocoa. Just right here, I do have an eyeliner that I'm going to use, but you can use this in place of it as long as it sets, which we'll see today. But you see, just for that pop of definition that you can get with just using your fingers. Okay, so far, I mean, I'm seeing the hype behind them. Let's get into eyeliners. I have a couple eyeliner pencils. I have Cocoa, and then I have Tuxedo. I'm gonna use Cocoa today. We'll keep it brown. This is another product where today's my first day using it because I collected what was in my collection for the video, but it has an easy glide. I'm gonna take my Rephr number 3 brush. I'm gonna get it nice and smoky, but it's holding more color than the eyeshadow sticks would. Those blend easier, but as an eyeliner should, this set down faster. So it's going to hold more color, not blend out, which you normally for an eyeliner want that color to hold. So just smudging this along the lash line and using a Rephr number 3 brush to get it looking nice and effortless. Doesn't set too fast, so you have some playtime. And generally speaking, Laura Mercier's products are going to give more of a classic natural look that's great for just the everyday woman, quick and easy makeup. And I just did a second layer and that built up the definition. Ooh, I'm liking this. This eyeliner, so easy to work with. I love that going in with that second coat really added some extra definition. Now, I've used Laura Mercier mascaras in the past. For me, they haven't had any that stood out, so I'm just going to quickly pop on one of my own. Let's talk about my holy grail product from the brand. These are my holy grail blushes. Laura Mercier has the best powder blush in the game, for real. Well, Hourglass too. But anyways, the best powder blushes in the game. They have the most wearable range, super flattering colors, doesn't get enough hype. It's just everything I would want in a blush. Not too much pigment, not too little pigment. Not too shiny, doesn't emphasize pores, really easy to use. And again, their color range, every shade looks good on me. I only packed 2 shades, but I have a lot more, rest assured. So I packed Watermelon, which is like kind of a peachy pink, and then I packed Chai. Chai is one of the most universal blushes. Not on deeper tones, but they do have other options for deeper tones. But if you have a lighter skin tone, I feel like it looks good no matter your undertone. So we're going to use Chai today. But like I said, they have so many other colors from the brand that I love. They're just packed up right now. So I'm going to use some of Chai. Like, look at that. Boom. Done. Blended. Just a pretty flattering color. It's going to work with whatever eye look you use or create. So if you're picking up one color, Chai is one of my favorites because it's just so good with any makeup look. Just a solid formula. Like, honestly, when you use it, you might not be that impressed. You're like, why does Morgan sing to the gods about this? But just see how many times you use it, because it's just one of those things where they sneak up and you find yourself using it all the time. At least that happened with me. I mean, Laura, I need to call her up because my skin, it's skinning right now. It looks fabulous. Like, really flawless, very lightweight, very natural. Let's finish up the lips. Now, Laura Mercier actually does have a lip liner. I don't own any Laura Mercier lip liners. I went to pick them up, but they weren't available for me to pick up. So I'm using a random, what is this? Revlon lip liner in Rose, because I'm limited in what I have. Just to give us a little bit of an outline. Now, Laura Mercier has a few different lip formulations. I only brought 2. I'm kicking myself because why did I only bring 2? But I have the Petal Soft Lipstick formulation, and then I have their High Vibe Lip Color formulation. So starting off with the Petal Soft, this one is more of a sheer wash of color. As you can see, it doesn't really give much. I'm just gonna put this on the lips. This is great for just an everyday wash of color, but it really doesn't give much, and I have dry patches on my lips and it's catching on to those. This is a shade Amelie. It's fine. I had a lot more colors of these. I got rid of most of them when I did my declutter and gave away most of them. I don't know, it's just not a formula that I had interest really in repurchasing. They also have the High Vibe lip colors. Now, these are really cool. They aren't a lip product that I reach for on the daily because they have a metallic finish to them. It's more of a classic cream consistency, but the colors here are more metallic. So I just swatched Like, which is a pretty peachy shade. Look at this shade, Snap, for a little bit more depth. And you don't even really see the metallic finish when you swatch it. It's more so on the lips. Like, I was in shock when I first used this color on my lips because I was like, whoa, there's metallicness to it, which I don't love a metallic finish. I feel like it's a little unflattering to dry lips and lines on the lips. That was the shade Love. And then the shade Joy here is the most natural shade, like a light peach, pretty with a deep lip liner. So I'm not in love with a metallic finish, but this one is more subtle and their colors add a fun pop. So just a little bit is fine. It'll give you the color that you need. I'm not jumping for joy on this lip formula either, but it's pretty. I've kept a few behind because I do use them occasionally. Would I guide you in other lip products from different brands? Yes, I don't think lips is Laura Mercier's strong suit. They also do have their lip glazes, which they are known for. I haven't used one of those in years. Maybe the next time I hit up Laura Mercier, I should try the lip glazes because they are one of their best sellers. So take that with a grain of salt. I am somebody who is a little picky in the lip gloss department, but I actually have never tried a lip glaze. Well, I have, but it's been a long time. I don't feel comfortable giving you a review right now of them, but they are one of the best sellers. Also, side note, to update you on the eyeshadow sticks, as you can see, they set down. I love an eyeshadow stick that sets down. So here is the final look, doing a full face of Laura Mercier. Obviously, we went more natural, but natural is more so the vibe of the brand. I love it. I love the way my makeup looks right now. Now, if you are new to Laura Mercier and you're wondering what to dive into, complexion. They do the absolute best in the complexion department. I told you, this is one of the most underrated primers. These two are killing the game right now. They're real flawless line, but they also have a lot of other base products like foundation Y-size. Really impressive. Their tinted moisturizers, still amazing. The liquid highlighters, I love. The powder has been a bestseller for 20 years. The blush is a holy grail for me, so seriously, the complexion line is what you need to dive into. Their eye sticks, so far, very much impressing me. Might be shooting to the tops of my favorite lists, just depending on how this wears for today. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. They were super creamy, they held their pigment, they set down. I don't have any creases going on right now. This eyeliner I really love today. Lips is, in my opinion, their weakest category. Maybe I haven't tried the right things, but the lip products that they've launched haven't been my favorite. But complexion, you guys, complexion is where it's at. So if you're a fan of Laura Mercier, make sure you comment down below. What are your favorite products from Laura Mercier? And let me know what other brands you would like me to do a little bit more of a deep dive / full face on. I'd love to hear your suggestions down below. I love doing full face brands, and I was really excited to give some attention to Laura Mercier. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.